Hey up everyone, Rob Howitt, RJH Motorbike Training. Today's short video is following on from the riding test report. So when you complete your Module 2 test, your riding test report, section number 14, and it's use of mirrors and motorcycle rear observations. So use of mirrors, motorcycle rear observations, section number 14 on your riding test report. Now stay tuned to the video because I will be showing you live footage out on the road of myself riding a motorcycle and how I apply the use of mirrors rear observations on a motorcycle, which will help you pass your test. Okay, so stay tuned and watch further. Very, very important subject. And on a motorcycle, obviously, you're going to be a lot more vulnerable, aren't you, than in the car? You're out exposed, so rear observations are really, really important. And I want to highlight, before I even go into the description, really, of what they're looking for, is that any rear observation, any effective observation wants to be timed before. So before your actions, because then it gives you the benefit of being able to act on what you see, and that really, really is very important. Now, on the riding test report, the description for number 14, use of mirrors, motorcycle rear observations, is you should have used the mirrors safely and effectively, acting correctly on what you saw. Where mirrors are not enough, for example, to cover your blind spots, then you must take effective rear observations. You must always check this carefully before signalling, changing directions or changing speed. You need to demonstrate that you can use the mirror signal maneuver or observation signal maneuver, OSM, routine effectively. Now, let's just recap on rear observations. So this is going back to CBT level. And you have indirect and you have direct. So indirect rear observations are checking your mirrors. Direct rear observations are blind spots, which we call on a motorcycle your lifesaver, so chin to shoulder. So you really want to be looking in your mirrors every 8 to 10 seconds. So if you're out and about, around about 8 to 10 seconds. Don't be robotic with it, just make it natural. But you certainly want to be checking your mirrors before you signal. You want to be checking your mirrors before you change direction, and you want to be checking your mirrors before you change speed. Now I introduce the DOS, which is going back to my car instructor days. DOS, if it makes it easier for you to remember where and when you check your mirrors and shoulders. So direction, before I change direction, O. Before I overtake, S. Before I change speed, signal. Before I signal. So DOS, D-O-S-S. So that's what I'm going to be demonstrating on the roads. Watch the videos a bit further. Any questions at all, comment away below, and you know, we'll see how we go on. So see you in a minute.
Okay, so out on the roads on your Module 2 test, you will be applying the OSM PSL as discussed in the briefing, and we're looking at mirrors nice and regularly. Mirrors before direction, overtake, speed and signals. So let's see how you get on with it. Any questions? Obviously you can fire them away below. But using the video on video, I'm hoping that you can see my application of observations. So I'm going to be turning straight on. Mirrors on approach to crossings. So got a stationary vehicle, mirrors, just have a look over the shoulder. Mirrors, left shoulder, coming back in. Mirrors before my brakes. Come to a stop, so mirrors, shoulders before I move away. Scan around at the crossing. Always want to know what's behind, so very important. Looking down the road as far as I can. Stationary vehicles on the opposite side. Lights just changing. So anticipate the lights changing again from green. So I know what's behind on approach. Scan around. Mirrors before brakes. Crossroads again, scanning around, ensure I'm aware of anything. Jumping the lights, mirrors, approaching hazards, constantly aware what's behind and around. Green light, so mirrors on approach. Straight on at the roundabout. So I'm going to pick the left lane. Mirrors before signal. Come to a stop, so mirror shoulders before I move away. Two lanes going into one, so 2 lanes into one. Looking over my right shoulder, that's where my danger could come from. Crossings, pedestrian crossing, mirrors on approach, so I know what's behind. If anybody presses a button, lights change, I know what action I'm able to take. Mirrors approaching the crossing. What's behind me? If somebody presses the buttons, I know when I can respond. Traffic lights, we're going to be turning right. Check me mirrors, signal right. Mirrors and shoulders before I move away. Look over my right shoulder. Any right turn, traffic light controlled or not. New road mirrors, cancel signals. So we're in a 40. You can see the new speed signs. It can do nothing until we get there. So at the point where I can increase my speed, check my mirrors, look over my right shoulder and accelerate up to 50 if it's safe. Mirrors on approach to green lights. Mirrors before brakes. Good scan around. At crossings. 2 lanes going into 1. Mirrors on approach to green lights. Mirrors before brakes. Again, 2 lanes into 1. Get over the right shoulder, get into the command position. Mirrors before brakes. Okay, mirrors right shoulder before we increase the speed. Mirrors before brakes. Mirrors before signal. Right shoulder before I exit. New road, mirrors cancel signals.